We are the 10th Legion, exiles from a dying empire who founded the Kingdom of Ebb. For 400 years, we guided and protected our people. We gave them peace, prosperity, fair judgment. Some say it was the death of the old king that turned the people against us. But it was Jane Cassinder who took up the sword and drove us from our chapter houses and estates. I was not there for the final battle, when the last of our legion faced Jane Cassinder beneath the boughs of an ancient, hallowed tree. Nor do I know what power she called upon in that forest to murder my comrades and friends. After that, the forest was changed, twisted and ruined. Only Jane walked out of that place alive. 30 years have passed since the Legion was destroyed, and Ebb has suffered in that time. War rages without end between Jane Cassinder in the east and the royal family in the west. A few sons and daughters of the Legion remain. You are one of their number. I write to you, my young friend, with urgent news. I know your childhood has not been easy, passed from one sympathetic household to the next, always one step ahead of our enemies. Your father, Humont Baron, was our last Grand Master, and he would have wanted a better life for his son. But he and your mother are long dead, murdered by Jane Cassinder. As the last survivor of the old Legion, I've tried my best to keep you safe, to ensure that you are trained in the manner of your forefathers, with sword and shield. But Jane Cassinder hunts for us still. Now I fear that her spies may be getting close. We cannot delay any longer. We still have a chance to join together, rebuild the Legion, and take our country back from Jane Cassinder before it's too late. The sons and daughters of the Legion are gathering in the north, at your family's old estate. I urge you to join us in the valley of Rukenval as quickly as you can. Help us restore all that was lost. Your faithful friend, Odo.
well. Seems we have another rat trying to escape the trap.
I was afraid everyone else was dead. Are you all right?
I'm fine. But who are you? Have we met?
No. But I've seen portraits of the Montbaron family. And you can only be Hugh Montbaron's son. My name is Martin Giscard, and I'm a friend of Odo's, and a son of the Legion like you.
When I got here, the house was on fire, and everyone was dead. How did this happen?
We didn't have any warning. They surrounded the house and hit us fast. I don't even know who hired them. Damn, they found us again. We can't wait any longer. I've set a trap. 3 kegs of gunpowder on the bridge below. Thought I'd cover my escape if they found me. All we need to do is light the fuses. Come on, to the bridge. Go on, light the fuses. Two more to light. Hurry. And the last. The trap is sprung. Cover your ears.
The Mount Baron estate burned, and with it my dream of a reborn 10th Legion. Or so I thought. I did not know that you and Martin Guiscard had escaped the destruction. As you fled into the night, you bore with you the future of the Legion. Pursued by enemies, fleeing toward an uncertain fate, you made your way across the empty leagues of the Rukenval. Throughout the journey, you were driven by a single hope, that others had survived the devastation, and that they reached the safety of the Rukenval chapter house. It was a slender hope, to be sure, but even a small hope can warm a man in the cold dark of night. As long as you drew breath, the 10th Legion yet lived, but your foes pressed close about, hunting you. The fate of the Legion, the fate of Ebb itself, rested with you.
I know this part of the valley. We've come a long way. I think we're close to the old Legion chapter house. If any of our friends are still alive, that's where they'll be.
The Legion have a chapter house here? In this valley?
They built chapter houses in every part of Ebb, even in remote places like this. They were strongholds where legionnaires would meet, sometimes in fellowship, sometimes for war. You should have seen the grand chapter house in Stonebridge, headquarters for the whole Legion. My father took me inside it once.
I've never been here before. Does this valley have a name?
They call it the Rukenval. It's hard country, not easy to control, even with an army. That's why Odo chose this place. He thought we'd be safe here, while we trained a new Legion.
How many people live out here?
Only a few. There's a village, Raven's Rill. Most of the people are hunters and trappers, from all I've heard. Pilgrims and merchants used to come here before the Legion fell, made the town rich. But that was years ago, when the roads were still safe.
You said this is hard country. Are there any dangers I should know about?
Spiders. They're as large as a man, and they're smart. They'll ambush travelers on the road. And there's worse things in the forest. Have you heard of the Dakenware? The Beast Lords? In other parts of Ebb, they're only stories. Out here, believe me, they're all too real.
Was my father born here, in the Rukenval?
I think so. The Montbarons were granted their land by King Conread, and the family lived here ever since. Another Legion family had a manor here too, the Gunderics, an old line. Your father didn't trust them.
Thank you. That's all I need to know about the valley.
Sorry I couldn't tell you more. I've only been here for a few weeks myself.
Tell me about the attack. What do you remember?
Odo sent letters to all the descendants of the Legion. He wanted to gather them here, train them as Legionnaires, and take back the country. Most had already arrived when the mercenaries found us. They surrounded the estate, must have killed the men who were on watch. They smashed through the windows and the doors, slaughtered everyone they could find. Then they set fire to the house.
How many people were in the estate when you were attacked?
Almost 40. All sons and daughters of the Legion. Some of them had fought in the wars, but the rest, they were no match for those soldiers. We can hope that a few survived, but most of them are dead. Our enemies didn't seem interested in prisoners.
Those mercenary soldiers, have you fought them before?
They were Leskanzi, I think. A wandering people, from the desert in the north. I have no idea who sent them here. Leskanzi will fight for anyone who pays them. No, our real enemy hasn't shown himself.
Did you see what happened to Odo?
No, I lost sight of him when the fire started. But we agreed to meet at the old chapter house if anything went wrong.
That's enough about the attack for now.
Right. Maybe Odo can tell us more.
Let's keep moving. We can talk more later.
You're right. The chapter house isn't far. Follow me. If our enemies knew we were at the estate, they may have guessed that we'd make a run for the chapter house. No help for it, though. That's where we agreed to meet. We'll have to stay sharp. They could come for us anywhere, at any time. Military camp. Leskanzi by the look of it. Can't be a coincidence. Let's look around. We might find out what they're planning. So, there's a bounty on our heads. That means they know we're alive, and they're still hunting for us. There it is, the bridge to the chapter house. Looks like trouble up ahead.
What's this? Oh, well.
Look, decent coin. What do you mean?
By the looks of you, you're legionnaires. That means I'll get a handsome bonus for your heads. The rest of the boys spread out, trying to run you to ground.
You're hunting legionnaires? You were at the Montbaron estate?
Indeed I was. I killed a few of your friends, myself. But our patron wants all of you dead. She's promised a full purse of gold for every survivor we kill. All we have to do is run you down.
Who's paying this bonus for killing Legionnaires?
I don't get paid for answering fool questions. I get paid for killing Legionnaires. Lively up, boys. It's time to earn some gold.
We're outflanked. More coming up from behind. That's done for this one. I've been shot by that bastard with a gun. If we're lucky, Odo is on the other side of this gate.
You're alive? Both of you? I thought I was the only one left.
Odo, you made it. But where are...
The others? The men and women I've kept safe for 30 years?
You don't seem hurt. How did you get out?
I rounded up a few of our people. The only ones who hadn't been killed. Renaud, Hannah, and one of the twins from Drakenberg. Giles, I think. We jumped from the second floor of the house, made a break for the woods.
Tell me the rest.
Some of the mercenaries saw us. They fired their guns. I heard one of the others cry out. Then there were more Lescanzi in front of us. We tried to fight our way through. By the time it was over, the others were dead. All I could do was make my way here.
Do you have any idea who's behind this?
I can think of a few possibilities. Jane Cassinder, for one. As long as we're alive, we're a threat. A symbol of the nation she destroyed. And there's the royal court, or what's left of it.
Who else could have survived? We need to find them.
My ward, Anjali. I sent her to keep watch for latecomers. She wasn't at the estate when we were attacked. And there's another survivor, too. The half-blood Lescanzi girl. I couldn't convince her to join us before, but things are different now. Might have been one or two others who hadn't arrived yet when we were attacked. Hard to say.
Odo, who is this ward of yours?
Anjali, my adopted daughter. She's unique. Has a foreign look about her. Resourceful girl. Learned that from me. Fights with a spear. She'll be hard to miss.
What do you know about the Lescanzi woman? You say she has Legion blood, but is she really on our side?
She'll be a delicate problem. I don't expect her to join us. Not yet.
We can't trust her, Odo. She's unpredictable, undisciplined, and...
Doesn't matter. If there's Legion blood in her veins, she's family. I won't forsake her.
If they're alive, I'll find them. Martin, you better stay here.
I agree. You're bleeding, Giscard, and you can barely stand up. I'll do what I can for Martin, but he'll be no help to you, not like this. I'm sorry. You'll be on your own until you find the others.
You know this valley better than me. Where could they have gone?
Raven's Rill. It's the only town in the valley. The people here stayed true to the Legion, even when the rest of Ebb turned against us.
I'll head for Raven's Rill, then.
The town is west of here. Cross the bridge and turn right at the crossroads. Try to find Lazar Basili, the town boyar. He's an old friend and he'll help us if he can. And be careful. Those mercenaries are still here in the valley. Keep your eyes sharp and come back safe.